All right, so we are at part 3. I've titled this one Creams, Ointments, Soaps, Detoxes, and Supplements. This video is going to be a little longer just because I'm going to go through all of the things that we give Colin, whether it's food or cream, stuff like that. So as I mentioned earlier, we tried a good many natural topical things for Colin that didn't really work well, and sometimes they made his skin worse even though they promised relief. I have some things here that we use on the regular for Colin, and I will let you know who and what I got these from. But I want to make one thing clear: his healing did not happen overnight. Using these things helped, but it did not happen overnight. So I just want everyone to know that. The first thing that I don't have up here with me is the Attitude fragrance-free laundry soap. This I got as a suggestion from Dr. Anna Maria Temple on Instagram. We noticed that even laundry detergent caused him to have hives. So we ended up getting soap from Buff City Soap. They make their own detergent in store and can customize it to your needs. So we got oatmeal and honey mixed with lavender for a while. But when my third was born, it was hard for me to get out. So we started purchasing this brand from Amazon based on her suggestion. Weleda Calendula baby soap. A friend told me that calendula works really well for her daughter's eczema, so I found that at Sprouts. It's also on Thrive Market, which I'm going to mention, and it doesn't cause any irritation. Plexus. So let me, so Plexus is the probiotic brand that we use. These are the two that Colin used, and I'll go over them. So a good friend of mine uses and sells Plexus. With her suggestion, I started using it for my own eczema, and it worked really well. But again, I want to note, it took at least 7 months for me to start seeing a difference, like a change in my eczema. If I deviated at all from my diet and the supplement schedule, it would really come back with a force. So doing research on gut health was also informative, and I learned my gut was likely ruined or leaky due to my alpha-gal syndrome. So in order for it to heal, it needs to be fed, and that's where Plexus comes in. My friend would have much more information on it. I don't sell for them, so I don't have all the information, but again, it worked really well for me. But basically, I take a prebiotic drink mix, which is what this is, and this is what Colin takes too, but his is halved because this is for an adult, so I just cut it in half for him. And then I take it with a cleansing supplement called a BioCleanse, and then in the evening I take a probiotic. So it's called ProBio5. So we started Colin on it about 6 months after I started it, and that's where he takes this at night with his milk, and then he takes this after lunch. And okay, so let me go to the next. This is well-made organic greens that I found at Thrive Market. They have spirulina, wheatgrass, kale, and moringa. I don't know what all that is, but they're greens. Thankfully, before Colin really started solids and eating meat, I found this product, and it's much cheaper to get these greens, because the greens are very expensive. So I found these on Thrive Market for pretty cheap. And so when I started making his meat, I would just throw a couple scoops of it in there. And so he was constantly getting greens with his like spaghetti meat that I was making. And the thing is, like, he's eaten it with all of his food, so he doesn't really know anything different. So he always ate it, and I'm really thankful for that. I started making his spaghetti meat from scratch, and so it just worked well to throw that in there. Like I said, he doesn't really know that these are in there because he's just eating it all the time. So I was finally able to get my 4-year-old to eat it as well with much difficulty. So keep trying. The next and most important is this. This is the Earthly Vaccine Detox. This has probably been the most helpful product we've given to Colin. We started using this for him after a friend shot me a text, and she was like, my pediatrician suggested it, and they use it for her daughter. And so she said, but you need to go look at the reviews, because A lot of people are mentioning it clears up eczema, and I was like, that's kind of strange. Colin is not vaccinated, and I know there might be people that have thoughts about that, but that was just a decision that we made when my first was born. But anyway, so the reviews were saying, you know, my kid has never been vaccinated, but they have crippling eczema on their legs and feet, and we used this and it cleared it up. And so I was like, okay. So I was like, why not? So we used it for about a month, and Colin's legs began to clear up. And along with that came some very, very, very healthy diapers. I truly believe, though, that his body responded so well because we removed his allergens, changed his diet, and those inflammatory foods, and then began Plexus first. His gut, I believe, was ready for the detox, because starting a detox and your gut might not be ready is probably not a good idea. So because he had some healthier bacteria in there to kind of help move things around, I think that's why it worked so well. If you go to the Earthly website and read about this, they'll tell you that. I think a lot of the reviews also said they have a gut supplement detox thing as well. I have not looked at it, but a lot of people are taking this along with something else to help the gut. So again, I'd say don't start this unless you know your gut is perhaps ready for it, if that makes sense. Okay, this next one I'm super excited about. We use tallow on him, and the family I purchased tallow from is called Gray Toad Tallow. I'll show you a picture in a minute. I really cannot speak highly enough about this family and this tallow. So I heard about them on the Haunted Cosmos podcast, which is hosted by Brian Sauvé and Ben Garrett. They are believers. And they have several Christian companies that support their show. And one I heard about advertised was Gray Toad Tallow. So I emailed Matthew and Sharon to ask how they thought their tallow would work for eczema, because it was just summertime was just hitting. And again, summer heat and eczema is just not a great mix. So they had just come out with this summer sun balm. And I was like, okay, I need to find something for him to wear, to have on. So I emailed them about it. They gave me a lot of good advice, and I think it's safe to say that we're friends. I hope they'd say that too. If you guys are watching, I just want you guys to know that you're really great and you've been so helpful to us, and I can't wait to meet you guys one day. Maybe that'll happen on this side or on the other side of heaven. We started using this daily, and it was a really great moisturizer. So we used it in place of Vaseline, Aquaphor, Cetaphil, that kind of thing. And we continue to use it. I use it as well. It's really amazing. So the one that Colin uses, I believe, did I put it? I think I put it in here. No, that's the wrong one. I don't have his, but it looks like this. But it just says unscented. So it says Gray Toad Tallow unscented, which it just has organic pasteurized tallow and organic olive oil, and that's the only ingredients. It's been so great for him because I could not find something to moisturize his skin that would not cause further irritation. So this has been great. I will go through all the ones that I use. So this is their Fireside Balm, and they have all their ingredients here. This one smells amazing. I get a bigger one of the sandalwood and vanilla because this one also smells amazing, but it's definitely my favorite. They do have the original. So this is, I use this one on my 4-year-old. This one has, it has essential oils. I tried to use it on Colin, but I think just fragrance just does not work well for him. So he needed one that was unscented. They have deodorant. This is their deodorant, and it comes with a cute little spoon. And then they have lip balm now that I got, and I love it. So they have been so great that they also sent me a bunch of samples. So I have several samples that I can give to people if you're close by and want to try it. This is the original. I have 2 original and 2 unscented, and they're going to send me some more when I make another order. But they also said if you're ready to make a purchase and you and the promo code, if you want to put PASS20, PASS20 in caps, you'll get 20% off your first order. So cool. So I just cannot speak highly enough about it. It's been so great because, I mean, again, eczema people know finding something to moisturize your skin that doesn't cause further irritation is super important. Okay, next I never know how to say colloidal, I don't know how to say this properly. Colloidal silver. I have about 5 of these in like different locations of our house. One is in each of the boys' bags, in my diaper caddy, and in my personal like area in my room. So, in a side note, if you or your kid ever gets pink eye, 2 to 3 drops of this a couple times a day will knock it out. It's been really great for us. Anyway, I use this whenever Colin would scratch to the point of bleeding to keep it from becoming infected. It's really good for cuts, scrapes, and all things that you would use like Neosporin for, but I can never put Neosporin on him. Dr. Temple, I think, has a good Instagram post on this as well. This is Dead Sea Warehouse sea salt. I found it online first on Amazon, and then at Sprouts. So this is actually just a scrub, but we used to buy buckets of sea salt, of this brand of sea salt, and give him baths, and he would just sit in it. And that was before I was even cleaning him, because using soap on eczema is not a good idea either. So he would just sit in a bath of salt every other day. And he would scratch sometimes, and there would just be skin in the bathtub, but like it just really helps soothe his skin. So now we don't have to do that anymore because he's doing so well. So now I just use this when he takes a bath. I use it on my hands too. It's really, it does sting a little bit, and then when you wash it off, it's just soothing. So you can find this at Sprouts or on Amazon, I believe. Let's see. So yeah, I think that's all of the food. Okay, where's this too? These are the X Factor vitamins from Plexus as well. He's on a multivitamin, so that's important too. So, okay. So those are those things.